Hello and greetings from Vietnam. I am on my way to Halong Bay in the northeast of Vietnam, where today my 3-day cruise on board the luxurious Capella yacht will start. How luxurious and if it was worth the $800, you will see now. The ride from Hanoi to the port took about 2.5 hours. The very comfortable shuttle to the yacht was organized by Capella Cruises for a moderate surcharge. Capella Cruise has its own little terminal at Tuan Chau International Port, where I was offered a drink and a comfortable waiting area. The yacht isn't in the harbor due to its size, so will be driven there on a tender boat shortly. I received my wristband, which is the key to my cabin for the next 3 days and 2 nights. We will be cruising along Halong and Lan Ha Bay off the coast of Cat Ba Island, and here you get a first impression of the yacht's layout. My stateroom is going to be on the sky deck, and I will be residing in suite 309 towards the front. It's time to board the tender, and my excitement to finally see the World Heritage Halong Bay is rising with every minute. Looking at the vessels in the harbor, there are certainly cheaper cruises than mine, but probably also more expensive ones. It took about half an hour to reach our blue Capella yacht, where we received a very lovely welcome by the staff. I was told my suite is already prepared and my luggage already delivered, so I make my way up to the 3rd deck to check it out. The online pictures look fabulous, so my expectations are high. This is my king-size bed for the next 2 nights, with a view right out to the balcony and Halong Bay. There is a working desk with lots of amenities, which we will look at in a second. This must be one of the biggest private bathrooms I have ever seen on a ship. I am provided with a number of amenities, such as a shower cap or toothbrush. Even the toilet offers a view of Halong Bay. But not only that. Toward the floor-to-ceiling high window I find a rainforest shower, and next to it a bathtub with the best imaginable view ever. I can't wait to try it out. Back in the room I find this rotating fan, in addition to the already very well working air conditioning. On the working desk I find the cruise program and a kettle for coffee and tea, plus 2 metal bottles for drinking water, which is freely available from a water dispenser right outside the cabin door. A mini fridge I find here with a selection of chargeable drinks. In the wardrobe I find these house shoes, hangers and this bag containing the life vest. There is more storage space and a safe. The wardrobe, however, seems already a bit battered and might need some fixing, to be honest. Otherwise, I'm in love with this cabin and the view. Let's check out the balcony now. This seating corner and the plant add a nice touch to this balcony. If it wasn't so hot and humid, I'd probably spend quite a bit of time out here. It's now time to head to the 2nd floor to the Harmony of the Sea restaurant, while we are on the way towards Lan Ha Bay. This is today's set lunch menu, however my dishes will slightly deviate from it as I'm trying to avoid shellfish. The food was incredibly tasty and included a combination of dishes I have never had before. And whenever I thought that was it, more dishes were served. From soup over chicken, pork, salads, fruit, beef, veggies, rice and so on and so forth. Luckily the portions were not too big, so I managed to eat most of it, as it was absolutely delicious. I hope my fellow shellfish eating travelers also weren't disappointed. After the feast, I surely needed to lay down for a moment. We anchored at Frog Lagoon for some chill out and water activities. I took this opportunity to check out the yacht's facilities. The top deck is a sun lounge area and also a great location to relax with a drink. Maybe later. The very front of the top deck also offers a little golf course. I quickly returned to my cabin to get changed for the water activity. Next to this beautiful reception area I find the yacht's outdoor pool and jacuzzi. The very front of the yacht offers this inflatable slide, and I was told Capella Cruise was the only cruise line in HALONG Bay offering such a water slide. And maybe, but only maybe, this slide was the reason I booked Capella Cruise when I saw the pictures of it. Of course, I had to try it, there was no way out. After getting out of the water and freshening up in the cabin, it's time to relax on the outdoor bar deck, where happy hour is between 5 and 6 p.m, while our cruise continued towards Lanha Bay. I opted to go inside for a bit, as it was extremely hot and humid outside, at least for a pale European like me. Eventually the evening brought some coolness and I was presented a live cooking show while getting to know some of my fellow passengers, which were mainly Aussies and Indians, but not only. Night has fallen and it was time to settle in at my same dinner table. I was again served a fabulous variation of shellfish alternatives, again absolutely enjoyable and luckily not as opulent as lunch was. After dinner is preparation for the next dinner, which means squid fishing. Squids seem to be attracted by light, and a number of little squiddies have been caught. I'm not a fan of fishing, so I decided to turn in early tonight. Good morning from Halong Bay on this rather grey looking day. Luckily, it will clear up very soon. I skipped the offered morning Tai Chi exercise and transferred straight to the breakfast table, where I was offered on-demand eggs, as well as an extensive breakfast buffet, Western style and also Asian style. Shortly after, we made our way to the speedboat that will bring us in about 40 minutes to Viet Hai Pier, connected by a 6-kilometer long road with Viet Hai village on the island of Cat Ba. We had the option to ride the bicycle to the village or the electric wagon. As I quite like bicycling, I would normally go for it, but since it started raining, I decided for the electric vehicle like everybody else. On our way to the village, we passed this breathtakingly beautiful scenery. Even in rain, it just looked stunning. We have arrived in the village, which nowadays mainly lives from the visitors, which was obvious and understandable. We were offered the choice of different distilled produce, some more appealing than others. After having seen it in Bangkok before, I've always wanted to try a fish nibbling massage. This was my chance, and honestly, it felt like the fish were not nibbling, but eating the flesh of my feet. It was quite painful. I noticed these fish are about 3 times the size of the ones I saw in Thailand, and I guess that explains the piranha experience. I could barely film it, it was way too challenging. At another part of the village I found this rice pond footpath, and for some reason I was the only one having an urge to walk on it, despite the slippery bamboo. It was time to say goodbye to Viet Hai village, and we made our way back to the pier. A short boat ride, and we made a stop at Ba Trai Dao beach for a swim or chill time. I didn't think of bringing my swimmers, so it was a walk in the lukewarm water for me. But wow, what a scenery! Soon, luckily soon, as it was extremely hot, we were on our way back to the Capella yacht while I was looking forward to the air conditioning. I spent a few minutes in the cool spirit of the sea lounge, as this was the only place where Wi-Fi was available. That way I could check if you have subscribed to my channel. Next stop was my lunch table. Lunch was a combination of a la carte service and a buffet. And again, the food felt of the highest quality and variation, truly a highlight of this cruise, besides the inflatable water slide. A quick rest, and then I took the full advantage of the complimentary kayaking option. My chance to discover the surroundings of the yacht by myself and to get a good glimpse of the beautiful Capella yacht. Back on board, our yacht continued its journey together with a bunch of other HALONG Bay cruisers. This is the perfect opportunity to do what I intended to do already since I stepped into my bathroom for the first time. Freshened up and clean, I decided to go upstairs again to enjoy the happy hour with a fantastic view. Notice, while all meals are included in the cruise fare, the drinks are not. However, the prices I find fair, and I didn't feel I had to turn around each penny twice. Oh, I almost forgot the posing for my Instagram profile, which by the way has the same name as my YouTube channel. Just saying. Back on the bar deck, and shortly after the cooking show started again, round 2 for the new guests that arrived on the yacht today. I even ended up having a piece of the live cooked spring rolls. Night has settled in and dinner was calling. This is today's menu, but again, my dish will be slightly less shellfishy. Since I'm not a cook and gourmet myself, I let the pictures of the dishes speak for themselves. And what comes next? Good morning, day number 3. I just finished a quick breakfast and I make my way to the tender. Today we will visit the so-called Dark and Bright Cave, which will be shown to us by fishermen on their rowing bamboo boats. The scenery is breathtaking again, and the caves are clearly visible. Too visible actually, as we are currently experiencing a super low tide, which actually prevented us from going through the main cave that connected us to the lake. So we ended up just seeing its entrance from the distance. A pity, but still worth the little experience on these rowing boats. Back on the Capella yacht, we were offered a brunch, our last meal on this cruise unfortunately. The staff captains bid farewell to us, and too soon I had to say goodbye to this beautiful and luxurious yacht, which was worth every cent of the cruise fare. It was time for me to travel home. Thank you for coming along with me on this cruise. See you next time. Bye for now.